I'm Jess Fox. I've spent my life chasing remarkable. In this series, I'm meeting the people doing the same. In business, in life, and in their communities. At just 18, Jared Grima was selected to start at Grant Thornton as a cadet, straight from high school, still doing his degree at night. Nearly 20 years later, literally more than half his life, he's a partner and national head of private equity. I wanted to know what it is about this place that keeps someone for a career and what's changed around him along the way. Jared, welcome. Welcome to the Purple Room.
Thank you very much.
Now, you started here at 18, before you'd even finished your degree. What did you know about Grant Thornton then that made you say yes?
It all starts when I was, take back to my childhood. I grew up out in the western suburbs, and growing up, I remember going to the top of the driveway at my grandparents' farm and looking out and seeing at the night sky the bright city lights, and kind of always looked and was like, oh, I'd love to be in there one day. And then I was interviewing at lots of firms around the city in my last year of high school, and what I really found about Grant Thornton was so welcoming. Like, some of the larger firms just felt like it was insignificant and unseen, whereas GT, everyone was very much welcoming and caring. And I think that really shined through. And also we had a good level of sophistication, different service offerings and international reach, which I always wanted to go and explore and sort of later did.
From the western suburbs to the city life, but the people make it what it is, right? And you've been here for 19 and a half years.
Absolutely.
Almost 20 years, more than half your life.
Yeah.
What has changed? What hasn't changed?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long time. Something's changed, some things stay the same. We're obviously grown. I think there was probably 150 odd people in the Sydney office when I started. I think we're closer to 550 now. Yeah, so lots of people have joined, a few people have left, and some of those have become clients actually. So, and technology enablement has come a long way, from the geeky days of ice packs onto your laptop to keep it under control when building spreadsheets. The world's moved on a little bit, which is good. I think the things that stayed the same has really been our people centricity. It really goes to the fabric of our organisation. When I've been through really difficult times in life, I've always found support, both from the firm perspective as well as colleagues and good friends here. And that really shines through today. I mean, evolution is becoming a partner. A few years ago, more than a few years ago now, has meant that, my colleagues who are sitting alongside as partners or friends, and we help each other out. I had a partner a couple of years ago who was in a sticky situation. His client was going through a deal and he needed to lean on my expertise to kind of help them navigate through that. And then the other side of the coin where I've been really stuck on something on an international deal where it's been, a bit contentious and it's gotten complex. And so I've got a technical partner involved to kind of help with that. So it's really just having each other's backs and that support. And I've always felt that's been here.
And sharing the load and supporting each other through the growth and the challenges of the industry. You're now national head of private equity, which is a huge thing to lead, and also a world that most of us only know from the outside. So walk me through it. What is the world and what's Grant Thornton's part in it?
Thank you. Yeah, I guess it's really just an evolutionary title for me. I think the day job kind of by and large stays similar, and it's just an evolution, coordinating and influencing in our organisation to bring the best we can to our client base, a private equity client base. So PE or private equity, it's this kind of mystical beast, I feel like sometimes, but really it's just an alternate investment class where they invest in private businesses to help them transform, grow, and ultimately realise returns. So at Grant Thornton, we really support the growth kind of private equity part of that, which is very much focused on partnership investments alongside, motivated and aligned management teams to really grow and do better together and lean in on our PE clients' expertise, relationships, and kind of experience on sort of taking organisations to the next level. So where we fit in that, we really help in the due diligence side of things, which is my day job, the team. We kind of support them in looking under the skin of the businesses they're looking to invest in and see whether that's the right organisation for them, the right fit and has potential. And kind of beyond that, really, we've got a lead advisory team which helps provide deal flow to PE clients, which they appreciate, and also audit, tax and other advisory services that we support the PE clients themselves as well as the companies that they're invested in, so portfolio companies.
You've talked about the deals, the complexity, the collaboration, the stakes, but what's the part that actually gets you out of bed? What drives you?
I mean, I think we all become a bit of a deal junkie after working in transaction environment.
Addicted to the adrenaline.
Yeah, the adrenaline. It's that. You probably know it from, I guess, your field, and that dialed in feeling of the stakes are high, it's an imperfect environment. You've got a team and you're kind of doing your best to navigate through complexity and solve really hard problems all at deal speed. And so, yeah, that's what gets me out of bed, and I love that, and kind of taking that to the next generation of team coming through and showing them those sorts of like experiences. So, and I mean, it draws allusions to outside of work. I love kind of ocean swimming. And I remember like not so long ago, our swim squad went a little swim adventure up the coast, and we were kind of swimming alongside a cliff, and there was kind of waves kind of breaking in, and it was a bit of a strong current. And our swim coach had us thread the needle follow the current to not get drawn into the rocks or the cliff tops. And it's that similar feeling, that rush and that adrenaline. So that's the exciting
One
bit
sounds more dangerous than the other, I have to say. But
the deal part, definitely, right? Yeah.
But I guess that pressure, that the performance under pressure, I can definitely relate to that. And I'm sure in the business environment or the sporting environment, you're bringing your skills, your expertise to those moments to deliver when it matters. So love hearing about that. But I guess 19 years ago, someone saw something in an 18-year-old kid in you, and look where you are now. What do you look for now in the people that you bring through?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, I like to think after nearly 20 years, I've seen a lot in terms of like different people coming through, and I'd like to say I have it nailed, and I don't think you ever do. You're always learning. But I like to look for a mix of, character, capability and compatibility. You've got to have the right blend of all three. Character, do they have tenacity and resilience to grit through? Are they open to feedback, have a growth mindset? Capability, can they join the dots and problem solve under kind of high stakes? And then compatibility, are they going to be harmonious with the team? Can we throw them in front of a client or target and, have them shine? Yeah, so those are probably the big areas. And what I'd say is it's not really a static view either. People grow and change. And so actually the things that I've learned the last few years in particular is the character usually shines through. And if someone's a little bit shy and reserved and getting put in a high pressure client situation, if you kind of teach them and they get to know that they're good at their job and build up that confidence, then they'll kind of shine through eventually anyway.
That really ties back into that people-centric view that you were so drawn to at the beginning as well.
Yeah.
So Jared, what does remarkable look like for you in your role?
I probably have to take it back to a couple of stories. And, one of those was a really career proud moment for me when I was in secondment in London, about a decade ago now, I guess. Time flies when you're having fun. We were working on a really high pressure investment from a private equity client. There was lots of mixed opinions about it. And I remember as a manager, it was a pretty big thing. Some senior people above couldn't attend it. So it was myself and a partner kind of presenting to the private equity client alongside other advisors. And the other advisors were really glowing about, the prospects of the company. And I kind of came in like a hammer in, realizing expectations around that the growth looked great, but it wasn't really sustainable. And they were going to probably fall into financial distress, which is a little bit sad, but I guess we helped our clients duck that, and later what we kind of predicted came true. So that was a moment where I kind of realized that I'm in the right kind of field for me, and I get the enjoyment out of like maybe being a bit brave and going against the grain sometimes. And then, I guess another recent one where we had a vendor and an organisation looking to sell to our client, and they'd probably had unrealistic expectations around the price given kind of the earnings they were making. And so it was a journey for us to kind of slowly help show them through that journey of where the business really was, but also keep them motivated for what they could achieve kind of under the new ownership. So I guess it's, for me, it's helping our clients through really complex times in navigating transactions and helping them see clarity and navigate through to successful outcomes. Really, that's what it comes down to, and bringing our people along for that journey and helping them grow into the next leaders.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Earlier you mentioned swimming, and I can see you've brought in a special artefact with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So I brought in my swimming goggles. I guess the water is always, I think we share that commonality. Very passionate about sort of being in the water and the ocean specifically. It goes back to childhood, always kind of loved splashing about and being in the water. And then I guess later in life, when I was on secondment in London, I used to visit Malta quite a bit. I think I went 9 times in 2 years, which was amazing to see my heritage, and developed really close friends over there that became like family. And they were always on the water on their boats, enjoying their time there. And so I spent a lot of time naturally in that.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a good life for a couple of years. And then I guess recently, last 3 years, I got into triathlon training, and probably, as I mentioned, the ocean swimming is a bit that I'm really passionate about. Kind of love that, and so that's really nursed me through some challenging times of life, and developed a good friendships with my swim squad, and it's just like nothing beats being out, Saturday morning, Friday morning, sometimes Monday morning in North Bondi, like the sun rising and the beautiful colours in the sky and the fish kind of swimming underneath you. It's a really nice kind of escape from the world, and it just kind of forces you to be really present and enjoy the moment.
And the best way to start the day, I'm sure. Win the morning, win the day out in the ocean.
100%, yeah.
You've just heard what remarkable looks like in their world. What does it look like in yours? Thanks for coming along. There are more journeys to meet, and I'll see you at the next one.